Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today in this video we're going to be breaking down how you can free yourself from the grips of alcohol. There's a very clear distinction between giving something up and freeing yourself, right? They're two completely different things, but when it comes to alcohol, people don't necessarily free themselves. They fight, they resist, they sacrifice, and they give drinking up. So in this video today, I'm basically going to break down the distinction between freeing yourself and giving alcohol up. And then I'm going to be explaining the process that I've gone through, that all the people of the Sober Clear program have gone through to free themselves, to not make it feel like you are giving up this beautiful, amazing, beneficial thing. So you guys will absolutely love this video. Now, just before we get into the video, if you do want my personal help stopping drinking without AA, without willpower, without rehabs, then make sure to click the link in the description. There'll be a short video to watch that explains the Sober Clear program and the method and how I help people using first principles thinking. And then after you've watched that video, you should be able to book a call with me and we can actually see if this program may be a good fit with you. So click the link in the description if you want my help and more details on the Sober Clear program. And guys, just let me know in the comment section down below how long you've not drank for. It would be awesome to hear from you guys. So back to what I was saying before. What do most people do when they stop drinking alcohol? Well, they're gonna go and say, guess what, Leon? I've given up drinking. I've given it up. I'm done. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm not saying that this terminology is gonna make you fail. I'm sure I've said to people before, I've just given up drinking, right? But I want to talk to you about the mindset with this phrase, because if you are giving something up, you are taking something away. You are giving it up. If we think about Lent, when people give up something for 40 days, that's what they do. They give up something that they enjoy. So already the drinker is telling you that they are giving something up. Like I said, I'm nitpicking now, but this will make sense as we go into the video. So for example, let's say, back in the day when I was trying to stop drinking, I would use willpower, right? I've used willpower hundreds of times. I've had some success with it. I stopped for 9 months. I'd stop for a few days. I'd stop for a few weeks, whatever. Every single time that I was using willpower, that's my mindset, right? I was giving up alcohol. I was not freeing myself, right? I was taking something away that I still thought was a good thing. I still saw a benefit to putting that in my body. So I was removing it, which meant that I was giving it up. I also tried going to AA in the past, and this is another thing. What we've got to do in AA is admit that we are powerless and then give ourselves up to God, which again, that underlying theme is that alcohol is beneficial. I need God's help. I'm giving something up. I'm making a sacrifice. And the same can be said when we are doing things like medications, the medications that are out there that can help people stop drinking. We've not got to the root cause of why we drink in the first place. So again, we take the medication. Sure, it can help deal with things and can make success more likely, but it's still that same feeling of giving something up. And the underlying theme between all of these methods, all of these different ways, is this feeling of sacrifice. Now, I've used this example before, but I train CrossFit. Like, I do CrossFit, that's what I do for a hobby, that's like how I train. And if I was told that I could no longer do that, right, I would be very upset because I know that there's a benefit to it. I love doing it. It prolongs my life expectancy. It makes me feel good. It gives me more energy. There's a good community of people there. And if somebody turned around and said, Leon, you can no longer do that, then I would feel this sense of sacrifice. I would feel this sense of, damn, I do not want to give that up, but I have to. So if training and CrossFit was removed from my life, I would just feel a little bit miserable because I really, really like it. I really enjoy it and it does something good for me. Now, the problem that most people have when they're stopping drinking is they see alcohol this way. They see alcohol as a good thing, as a beneficial thing, as something that's going to help them with socializing, with relaxation, they see all of these different things. So naturally, the drinker, when they tell you that they're going to remove alcohol from their life, they feel like they are making that sacrifice. They feel like they are giving something up. But it doesn't need to be that way. So it was just over 3 years ago that I like to say that I freed myself. I got rid of alcohol, but I didn't feel like I was giving it up. I don't miss it. I don't reflect on my days as a drinker and think, oh, they were the good days. I wish I could go back there. I wish I could go back to moderation. I don't feel like that whatsoever. What I feel is absolutely free. I feel pure freedom. I feel that I've got the choice. I've got the control. I have got no desire to ever drink again, which is a very big shift that happened in my mindset, like I said, just over 3 years ago, compared to the hundreds of failed attempts in the past where I always felt like I was giving something up. I always felt like there was something in alcohol that I was missing out on. But how? How exactly did I do it? Well, what I really did is just questioned the common beliefs that society holds around alcohol. I really dived deep into it and started looking at what the hell is going on here? Why do I keep going back here? Why do I think that there's a benefit to drinking? Why do I always feel like I'm missing out when I remove it from my life? And when I started questioning this, it was like an onion, right? And I just kept peeling back the layers. And this process did take me 10 years. And it was like each time that I failed, I felt like I got a little bit closer to the truth, And then, I might then go out and drink and then make another mistake and reflect on what I'd learned at AA and then reflect on this failed attempt with willpower. And again, every failure was like getting closer to the core. And I'll break this core down for you in a minute, but the way that I actually did this, and I didn't really know it at the time, but now that I've obviously built Sober Clear and helped other people go through the same thing, is I used a mental model. I used a mental model called first principles thinking, which is really when you reason from first principles. You break things down into its component parts and you objectively look at individual parts of a problem until you create a new conclusion. And that's what I did. And that's also what I help people do in my Sober Clear coaching program. But once I did that, it no longer felt like I was giving anything up, because like I said, I got to this core, and this core place is the mindset that I've got today, the mindset that I teach people with, the mindset that I promote on this channel, and the mindset that I know that thousands of you that watch this channel are also using. And it's the mindset that there is nothing to gain from alcohol. It's a poison, it's ethanol, it does absolutely nothing for you whatsoever. So this feeling of giving up just disappeared. It was like it was no longer there. It just dissolved because I got rid of the idea that there was a benefit to consuming it. So naturally, it no longer felt like I was giving anything up. Let's say you've got some individual that couldn't stop running into a wall headfirst. They just kept running into the wall headfirst, smashing their head against the wall. And they've done it for years. But then all of a sudden you said, like, David, you really don't need to do that. You don't need to smash your head against the wall. Look, life goes on without it. It's fine. There's no issue. Life, it's not going to be the end of the world if you keep doing this. And David stopped. And he just stopped putting his head against the wall. And he was like, oh, you're right. Like, I really don't need to do that. Oh, my head feels better. Oh, I'm waking up. I just, what? Do you think that guy that was running with his head against the wall would feel like he was giving something up? Would he heck? He'd just be like, oh, why did nobody tell me this? That's the exact way that I feel with alcohol. It was like I was running into a wall headfirst, and then somebody said, Leon, you actually don't need to do that. So it's, for me, no longer about giving something up. It's just a sense of freedom. It's a sense of, I'm really done. Like, I never need to go back there. And the awesome thing about this mindset shift is that once it's a done deal, once you're committed, once you've made the decision, once you've kind of gone for it and just decided, like, this is the way that I'm living my life now, it means that you can immediately go towards what you want. You don't need to go to the past. You don't need to look at trauma. You don't need to make amendments to anybody. You can just immediately decide, this is what I want for my life, and this is what I'm going to work towards. Because it makes stopping just an effortless decision. It makes going through life as a non-drinker just simple. Sure, we do live in a world that will look at you like you've made a sacrifice. You will meet people that would be like, well, why would you want to do that? And when you get to that core place that I was describing, where you see it as a poison, you don't see it as something that adds value, that is when you free yourself from the alcohol grips effortlessly. And like I said, if you want my help doing that, make sure to click the link in the description. And then there's also 300 videos on this channel to help you do exactly that. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.